Hello everyone, it's Chrissy here from the Creative Eclectic, an independent demonstrator from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Hope you are having a fabulous Tuesday, and welcome to Tuesday Night Lights. Tonight we are talking about some decorative masks, but I thought while we're waiting for a few people to arrive, if I can, I'm going to just talk about a little draw that we did for our people who watched the walkthrough of our mini catalogue walkthrough last week. So walkthrough of the mini catalogue, not our winning. Yeah. So hi Megan, how are you? I'm glad you're watching. So the people who watched on replay and commented, they went in the draw to win some iridescent, they had to comment by Sunday, iridescent adhesive backdrops. So we had a live draw, and then we also had a Steve drews a name out of the hat today. So the winner of those iridescent dots for the replay is Ray. So Ray, I will give them to you at Coffee, Cake and Cards tomorrow. Hi Glenda, thanks for watching. All right. Well, I don't know whether we should start with our project first or whether we should start, I promised to show you the Memories and More cards. So let's start with the Memories and More cards and envelopes that I did at a class with sort of Megan. I was feeling better until last night, and I had an allergic reaction to something, and so my plans for today have been a bit out of, yeah, so it wasn't fun. All right, so we'll start with Memories and More cards. So as I've told some of you, I did a class with Stamping Scott, or one of the Stamping siblings, and Kevin Thiessen in Las Vegas, and so the whole class was around making cards that had no stamping and used the Memories and More cards and envelopes and the Memories and More card pack. Okay, so this was our very first card that we made. So we used stickers, and we used oh, thank you, Megan. Oh, it's all right. I'm sort of used to it. Yeah. You just have to go with it, really. Hi, Jody. Oh, thanks for watching me while you're on your holiday. All right. Glenda, did I ask you how you were? Sorry, Glenda. Hi, Glenda. How are you? And hi, Jody. How are you? All right. So this was the second card that we made. Again, all of these pieces were either cut from a card or, oh, you're packing. Oh, that's exciting. So this was cut from one of the Memories and More cards. So that's why it's not nice and crisp, because I fussy cut it. So that was card number 2. And these are, some of the layouts we had were really, really great. I really liked them. So this was card number 3. And that bundle's on your wish list. Well, I reckon you can almost get away with not buying the stamps, just buying. So this one's got a lot of random glue on it, because by the time I did this one, it was like, I'm really tired. I've been at a conference all day, and yeah, but it's still a great little layout. I love it, because all they've done is they've just trimmed that bit off and they've used that bit somewhere else. And so no stamping. This is what I love about this class, was it had absolutely no stamping whatsoever. And then this was the next one, and you've got to cut again. It's got red and blue. I've got to fix that. So we've just cut the front of the card. So I think it's pretty cute. I used some of the remaining cards, so there's I think 20 in a pack, and I used some of the remaining cards on my projects that Megan was talking about today. This one's a cute one because it's got a little thing for your gift card, so I like that one very much so. And again, they just die cut it, and so those guys are just amazing. And again, so some nice different, so we use the bit that we cut from this one here. Well, Jodie, with your packing, I hope that you don't get distracted, because I distracted my friend Alison when she was packing to go to New Zealand, and she didn't end up taking half the stuff she wanted to take. So we used the half of the front that we had here, and we popped it on the inside of this one to make it more interesting. So we didn't waste anything, but definitely did not waste a thing. Alright, and I'm just showing you these quickly, so I know a few people were finishing up dinner, and so if you're watching and I haven't said hello, just make a say hello in the comments so I can see that you're watching. Cause again, oh, I didn't put any bling on this one. That is odd. I have to go back and fix that. I don't think there was any bling on it. Oh. Well, Jodie, you're lucky it's warm. We've had a bit of a cold snap right for the last couple of days. Hi, Carolyn. Thank you for watching. I'm just showing the cards that I made at a class in Las Vegas with Kevin Thiessen and Scott Stratzko, and well, he's called Stamping Scott, or one of the Stamping siblings. So these were just no stamp cards with the memories and more. So if you did my mystery stamping, you would have seen this one. I love this one. So it's so easy and so effective. Okay. And this is the last one. No, I like this one. This is a pop-up-y sort of one too. And if you look, you see it pops up like that. So that's a great card. And the thing that I like about this is you could do these on holidays. You just need maybe a sheet of lemon lime twist, some azure blue, azure bay, and some berry burst. And you don't need to take any stamps. Just take some bling, a little bit of white maybe, and you've got a whole bunch of, well, that's 10 cards. We did that in under 2 hours. I think we did them in an hour and a half. And yes, everything was cut for us, but I was just so quick and easy, and I really liked it. And we had dinner, so in that hour and a half as well. So anyway, so that is what we did. And how are you, Carolyn? I hope you're well. Are you coming to Coffee, Cake and Cards tomorrow? I don't remember seeing your name. Hope so. All right. So tonight we are talking about, as promised, the Abundant Beauty Decorative Masks. All right. So I've got 2 projects to show you with this. I am not heat embossing, but I am using my Big Shot to emboss. So let's start with our single layer card first. That's the simplest one. So I have got this little thing called a stamping stick mat. Now this isn't a Stampin' Up product. I got it online from, I think I got it from Simon Says Stamps, but you can get it from Brutus Monroe. I've also got a Tim Holtz grip mat. You can use either of those. Mine's very dirty because I use it a lot. You can buy a little spray when you buy it to clean it off. Now this is sticky. And what it does, and what I love about it, is when you put your project on it, it sort of sticks, right? So this is Stampin' Up note cards and envelopes that I'm using here. So it's already pre-scored. Okay, let's grab out our Abundant Beauty decorative masks. Now, I didn't realise there were some new decorative masks in the annual catalogue as well. So I thought I'd just show you those. So these are called the 4 square decorative masks. We're not using these tonight, but I missed them when I went through the catalogue. I know, that's surprising. But I was shocked too. Hi Glenda Small, how are you? Oh, that's a nice. That's okay, Carolyn. Oh. How's Tamworth or wherever you are? I don't know where you are at the moment. So these ones have got some plaid, or sort of like plaid, and then they've got, I've got this awesome design, and then they've got these little checky things. So you can layer them all up. So these are in the annual catalogue, but they're not what we're using. Okay, I'm just showing you because I missed them and I went, oh, if I've missed them, other people have missed them too. All right, let's get focused. So if I'm sorry if I am not terribly focused today. I've had Finnegan and a lot of that to try and get rid of this allergic reaction that I had last night. So I am, to say the least, a little bit spacey. I'm just hoping that I remember to take everything to Coffee Cake and Cards tomorrow. Okay, so this pack of Abundant Beauty dies has quite a few things in it. It's got leaves. Now, I didn't know it had leaves. And it's got snowflakes. So let's just hold it on here. It's got snowflakes. Oh, have I got a... It's got snowflakes. All right. It's got a David Jones houndstooth sort of pattern. Those Australians, those who are in Australia will know what I mean. Oh, you're in Hunter Valley. Great. Oh, it is what it is, Glenda. And then it's got these, what are they? Sunflowers. And then it's got the layers of the sunflowers. So it's got the leaves. And it's got the centers, and it's got other bits for the centers. All right, so we're going to play, what I'm going to do is we're going to firstly play, we're just going to do a really quick single layer note card, okay? And we're just going to play with the sunflowers tonight. Right. So I'm gonna just, I think I'm only gonna have 2 sunflowers on this. So I've got to work out which 2 I want. might end up with two in a bit. So I've got my yeah, I'm going to end up with two in a bit, but that's okay. I'm just going to grab a bit of washi tape. Oh, I've only got a little bit left on my roll. Because my painter's tape that's normally in the drawers, for some reason, has disappeared. And I know that I haven't moved it. Right. So, someone will be in trouble because I didn't check it. So I guess that's my own fault, isn't it? You should check these things before you're about to go live. Right. So I'm just going to use my little bit of washi. So this sticky mat that I've got underneath, that will also help the mask not to move, okay? But it keeps your cardstock in place. Right, so we're going to start with some early espresso. So I'm using my blending brushes. Now you can use these masks with your sponge daubers or with your sponges, or if you're old school, sponges. And I'm just putting a bit of, you can also use them with your spritzers, okay? So you fill your spritzers up with what do you call it? Up with water or with rubbing alcohol, and you spray it. You put a couple of drops of ink in and you spray it, okay? Spritzers are a bit more, what do you call it? They're a bit messier. Okay, so we're just doing the first layer. I don't want it to be too dark because I want to add some darker bits to it. So these little ones, we're going to do them in yellows, and we're going to just got to work out how this one's going to go. Not that way. We're also we're going to do them in yellows and oranges. And as I said, it's just a really simple single layer card. I don't want too much stuff over it. You just can wipe these off with a baby wipe or with a I've actually, if I was downstairs, one of my lovely friends, Jan, she made me some crocheted kitchen cloths, and I wipe them with that. Just make them damp and wipe them with that. So, all right. So let's pop the next layer on. And I'm doing this in the same colour. You just line it up where you want it to be. Okay. So this is sort of like a, what do you call it? This is a bit of extra texture. And as I said, we're only doing 2 with this one. So has everybody had a really great week? There are notches at the top to line them up with. Yes, Megan. I did know that. I just was checking that you did. There are notches. Yeah. That's a very clever thing. You learn these things on the fly, don't you? Again, I'm adding a lot more colour this time. Okay. So we know that our little notch is over this side, all right? So what you could do is on your little piece here, you could actually put a little notch, a little pen mark. Let's do that. Just going to put a little pen mark here. Well, won't with that pen. You'd think that I would have a pen that would work. Try this one. Okay, so we've got a little notch, little pen mark for our notch. How's that? Are you happy now, Megan? All right. Oh, dear. Oh, how embarrassing. I didn't know that. Oh, well, these things happen. So, put a little bit, made a little bit darker. I could have gone darker still, but, you know, you're happy. All right, I'm glad you're happy. So now we're going to line up with our little notch at the top here, like Megan said, our little sunflower. Now, as I said, I'm only doing 2, and that really goes probably against all the rules that I teach everybody. I always have 3 elements, but you know what? It's okay. And it's not exactly lined up, so let's make it a bit better. There we go. All right. So we're going to start with our lightest colour. All right. Oh, they're numbered as well, are they? Oh, wow. Who's going to do them in order, Megan? Well, I feel a bit silly now. All right. Let's see. I'm going to start with some Daffodil Delight. This was recently re-inked. So this was the one that I inked with the wrong colour. Oh, one of the ones I inked with the wrong colour. I'm going to start at the very outside. Okay. Because I'm going to do like a graduated colour. I don't try to be funny, Megan. It just happens. I'm just talented like that. Oh dear. It does work. Okay. So I've got my Daffodil Delight down first. Okay. I want to add... So as you go towards the centre of a flower, normally, well, in many flowers, it starts to get darker. So I'm going to use some crushed curry. This one desperately needs to be re-inked. Needs to be washed out and re-inked. So just adding a bit of crushed curry. And this is... It doesn't matter how light or dark you do it. I wanted it to be sort of rustic looking, so that's why that one's sort of a bit different. All right. Get a bit more crushed curry on that. Maybe a bit more on that one. Okay. All right, so we can see how they're starting to come together. I'm also going to grab a bit of pumpkin pie. Hang on a second, I've got to take my jumper off. All right. I'll probably be cold in a minute, but I've got an orange brush. Now for each major colour, I have a brush. This one needs to be washed, and so ink pads that don't get used a lot, seem to get like in Queensland, seem to get like a crusty thing on it. Okay, so they're starting to come together. So if you want to get rid of that crusty thing, just go in the laundry, hold it under some cold water and wash it till it comes clear. And then it's just a chemical reaction. It's not mold, it's not anything like that. It's just that it has a chemical reaction from the heat and the humidity. And so if you just rinse them out, they work. All right. So it's starting to come together. You see it's starting to look like a pretty sunflower. I love sunflower season. And but I've never had the opportunity to go to the sunflower fields, and Steve always wants to go, but we've never got there, and because he wants to photograph them, but he obviously doesn't want to photograph them with 50 billion Instagram influencers there either. So all right, so we want to add some leaves. Oh, this is step number 2. Who knew? There you go. Add a couple of leaves. I'm going to move those. I don't like exactly where they are. So no one's chatty tonight. So I'm thinking we're going to go and start with a light green. So I'm using soft sea foam. I'm going to put a lot of ink on that. I'm going to start with the soft sea foam. That's a lot of ink. All right. And that's okay. Then in the centre of that, I'm going to grab so I have a light and a dark green brush. Really need to clean my ink pads. You're multitasking, Jodie, that's okay. Where are you going on your holiday? Is it another cruise? Right, then we're going to just add some old olive in the centre. Just sort of, because leaves aren't a uniform colour. Right, so we're just going to add a bit of old olive. All right, so this is the beginning of our card. All right, so I'm just going to wipe that excess ink off there. So my little, see how my grippy mat, that hasn't moved, right? So really good investment, and it's a good investment if you've got one of those, either this one or the Tim Holtz grip mat. It's a good investment if you have a something like a Stamparatus or a Misty or something like that. Get yourself one of those. You can't buy them, I don't think you can buy them in Australia. You might be able to buy them from Craft Online, but it actually might be cheaper to get them from on Amazon or from Brutus Monroe themselves. I keep going to call him Bruno Mars, but it's not that. So, oh, you stay in New South Wales. Lovely. All right, I'm just doing a quick clean up of these while I'm here so that it doesn't annoy me too much. So, oh, that's what I had to ask people. What colour should I do my nails this week? It's nail time. We need to... So the options are pink, like a bubble bath pink. Berry Bliss, Melon Mambo. Right, let's finish this little card. So I'm not doing anything on the inside. What I am doing though is I have got, well I did have, where is it? I did have a stamp set called Happy Labels. Okay, hang on 1 second. Night of Navy with Melon Mambo. Ah. I could do maybe. 1 second. I just need to find my stamp set. Oh dear. Oh, it's on the table. Hang on. Give me 30 seconds. Just talk around. Oh, Berry Verse. Talk amongst yourself. I'll grab the stamp set. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Whew. That was a bit of a hike. Sorry about that. Alright, so we've got Happy Labels here. So, this is from the annual catalogue. I think this will make a lovely little hello card, but before I decide what stamp I'm going to use, where I'm going to put my stamp. Whew. Take a bit of a deep breath there. I'm going to use this ribbon from the mini catalogue because I think this is just so pretty, and I think that it goes really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, this is a really good question, what am I going to do? I think it looks best this way, so I think that we could do a nice bow round the, don't normally, what was that question? Melon Mambo, Berry Burst, Night of Navy with Melon Mambo. I could do that, yeah. Yes. I think, I don't know if this is going to be too wide, this ribbon, but we're going to give it a good shot. If we do it down here, we won't lose half the leaf. All right. Really like this ribbon, and I have got it set in my head that we have to use it. All right. Got my trusty little take my pick tool. The thing that I like about this ribbon is that it frays beautifully. So you could make it a frayed knot. Oh, that's a really old joke. Sorry, that was a dad joke. You know, those two, the knot, a piece of string walks into the bar and the bartender says, "Are you a piece of string?" And he goes, "Yes." He goes, "We don't serve string here." So then he ties a knot in his head and he goes back in, and after fraying his head, And he goes, no. He goes, are you a piece of string? And he goes, no, I'm afraid not. And that's one of my favourite jokes. Anyway, dear. Told you I was a bit spacey today. Right, so we've got our, it might be a bit thick. Do we think the ribbon's a bit thick for the note card? Be honest. I think it might be, because I want to fray it a bit. So you can fray it and make it more rustic looking. Just have to remember where you put your scissors. Oh, you keep dropping out, sorry. Okay, hopefully I'm not dropping out now. Is that better? So, the question is that ribbon too thick? I think that it's okay. What do you think? Look at the scissors, which I had before. Right. I think that the ribbon is okay, so I'm going to keep going with it. And hopefully I'm not still dropping out on people. We're just going to fray a bit of the ribbon. So the question, Megan, is the ribbon too thick for the project? I think it's okay. Personally, I think it's okay. All right. Am I dropping out for other people? I hope not. I hope not. I hope it's not my dodgy internet. So we're just going to fray the end of the ribbon just a bit to give it a bit more of a rustic look, because, you know, sunflowers like rustic. You wouldn't use it, Megan. Oh, okay. Jody says, yep, looks nice. All right. Well, is that because... No, you're all good. Okay. You wouldn't... Is that because you don't like the ribbon, Megan, or is it just you think it's too wide? I'm a ribbon freak, so I like lots of ribbon. And my niece has inherited my love of ribbon. So when I was in Las Vegas, I went to Joann's and Michael's, and I sent her photos of the wall of Halloween ribbon. And then we had to work out how much we could bring back for her. Yes, my niece is a ribbon freak like me. So I like ribbon. So now just bear in mind it's not finished yet. Probably should have done a proper knot, not a granny knot. Okay. All right, so that's the start of that's our first project. We just need to put a sentiment on it. And as I said, I'm just going to do a hello. And we also, what is the other thing we need on it? No project is complete without it. Can anyone tell me what else do we need on it? Excuse me. Ah. So I'm just using the early espresso so I can tie in with the leaves, and hopefully I stamp that straight. Oh, I've got a bit of shading there. So what I'm going to do, because I stuffed that up, I've got a strip of white. I did this deliberately. Ah, bling, of course, yes. Good work, ladies. You know me too well. Got a little strip of white here. And I have got my punch from the annual catalogue. And I'm just going to pop that in. So it's not real straight. Wonder why it's not straight. Straighten it up a bit. So we'll pop this one in now. See if that works a bit better. Whoops. Now sometimes you need to make like a little extender so you can get your sentiment punched right. Okay, so all you need to do is grab a little bit of your Seal Plus and a little bit of whatever the tag is, to make sure it's not wider than your tag. So this way you can just slide it all the way in and not worry about that it's not exactly straight, okay? And if you haven't got it exactly where you want, you can turn it round and do it again. Okay. Right, that's about right. Right. So now I can cover up that bit and we'll put it on some dimensionals so that it looks like it's supposed to be like that. I spent out, you might have seen my tip on Sunday about, that my friend Anna shared, about colouring in the backs of your dimensional paper. So I spent ages doing that, but the dimensionals that I have upstairs haven't got that on it. So we'll get a bit of bling. Now, because this is quite rustic, we're going to put a some rustic metallic dots on it. So I think that that would be nice. Actually, we're going to do 2 lots of bling. Let's go all out. A little bit crazy. Right. So, I don't know what this one is called, but these are sort of like a metallic sequins, I think that's what they're called. Neutrals adhesive back sequins, they're called. I'm just going to pop them in the main part of our card. So they pick up that, oops. How about we use our take our pick tool? That would be sensible. I can see Megan's in the background going, use your take the pick tool. Oh, I could do that, Glenda. Good point. So Glenda suggested that before we stick this down, we grab our ink pad and we just run our little, run it along the edges. So you can go like you can just go like that, okay? So if you had your stamping sponges or you wanted to use your blending brush, you could do that too. It's just nice, quick and easy. Good call, Glenda. Very good call. I could have used any colour I had. Let's try our little rustic dots. Fine. I'm really looking forward to coffee, cake and cards tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're doing a Christmas card. And we're using the Rocking Horse stamp set. But we're not using the Rocking Horse. So, whoop. That little gem wanted to pop off early. So we'll just pop him there. Oh, he looks like he's lost his adhesive off the back. Let's get one that's got adhesive on the back, hey? I don't know why that one doesn't. Got adhesive? No. It must have come apart. Put it back in the packet and get one with adhesive. So, here we go. You're trying not to be bossy. It's okay if you're bossy, Megan. It's up to me whether I listen or not, isn't it? It's quite okay. Sometimes people need a little bit of bossiness in their life. All right. So that is our first card. Well, that took a little bit longer than I expected because I had to run downstairs. But let's try and be a bit quicker with the second card, okay? And we've still got time. Is everybody okay for me to do the second card? All right, because it's going to be different. Trust me, it's going to use the same things, but it's going to be different. Same materials, but it's going to be different. All right, I'm just going to take that as a yes. Everyone's happy for me to keep going. I don't want to go to bed just yet. All right, so let's see what happens if we do our little things in order. Which one does it say to do first? Get rid of that. It says to do, that's number 3. It says to do the flowers first. That's interesting. All right. Well, you're going to do the flowers first. Just going to put our little notch here. So it says do the flowers first. I did wipe them, but all right. So this time we are doing pink. I don't know if some flowers come in pink, but I'm not worried about that. So I was thinking I'm going to start with my bubble bath. And I want a nice bit of covering. Now, it's always important to make sure you've got, they do come in pink. I know that you can change the colour of flowers with dyes and stuff, because I know we've dyed flowers for wedding flowers and stuff. But I didn't know that you can actually buy some flowers in pink. I'm going to have to put in an order for some pink sunflowers. And my niece who's a florist, she's really good at ordering all sorts of different things for me. So, okay, so we've got our pink base. We're going to add some, could do some berry burst with that as well. Again, I'm starting this time from the center and working my way out. I just want a little bit of berry. Okay, I do like the berry burst bubble bath combination. I think we need a bit more light pink on that. All right, so we've done our light pink and we've done our dark pink. I could have done 3 colours, but I'm only doing 2 this time because I am conscious of the time. All right, so that's number 1 layer. So I didn't even, like with this chicky mat, I didn't even have to put tape on it if I didn't want to. Let's wipe it off. Right, layer number 2 is the leaves. Oops, I had a bit of ink still on those. So let's just pop our leaves here. And I'm okay that the leaf goes off the page. I don't care about that. So we are going to go with, let's make it a bit brighter. We're going to go with some Parakeet Party and Old Olive. Let's put our little pink things away. So Parakeet Party, Old Olive to start with. So I'll use my light green brush because I don't have a Parakeet Party brush. I'm starting off the edge and going in. Hi Vicky, lovely to see you. You finally made it. We're on deck. How was story time tonight? You have to tell Hunter he has to swap Tuesday nights, but you can't do Monday nights, so I guess you can be late. You're getting picked up at the airport at 4 AM, Jodie. Oh, goodness me. That's silly. Right, so now I'm going to use my Old Olive because the Parakeet Party is probably going to be a bit bright. So just toning it down a little bit, just along the centre. I love these masks. All right, so that's our layer number 2. That doesn't look too bad so far. Okay. Then we've got to find layer number 3, which is the centres. Oh, that makes sense. All right. I do like how Megan pointed out that you can line these up. Oh, it makes it so much easier than trying to eyeball it. You just line that little slot up and off you go. It's good to have clever friends, isn't it? All right, again, we're going to use the, we're going to use brown in the centre, the early espresso. We're going to make it darker than what we did last time. Way darker. I did think about using pumpkin pie in the centre, but sunflowers traditionally have a brown centre, so that's where we're going with that. Alright, so that's one centre. Oops, I probably moved that one. It's alright. Number 2. And if you wanted to, when you use your brush and go like that, make them a bit speckled. Because remember, sunflower centres aren't flat, they're textured. And I'm just going to move that a little bit because I have moved it on mine. Lots and lots of ink here. Now, the way we're going to make this one different is we're actually, once we have coloured it and put it all together, we are going to run it through the embossing, through an embossing folder on the, with the die cutting machine. That just adds a bit more texture. Now, I've seen it done with something similar to this done with the one of the online extras, but I'm doing it with a new embossing folder, which is the Distressed Tiles. Now, I'm going to come back and do this bottom one last because it's not lined up properly. It didn't line up properly. So this is layer number 4. Now, you don't have to do the 4th layer, but we're doing it just because we can. Nice. And hi, Fiona. Lovely to see you. Oh, that's a lovely surprise. You're normally at work. That's why I don't see you here very often. I'm glad you're finding it interesting. Right. One of the easiest things to use on a project to make it stand out, well, one of the 2 easiest things is decorative masks like these and embossing folders. Right, but you do, well, you can use embossing folders without a die cutting machine, but it is hard. So we might talk about that next week, I think. All right, so there we go. So we've got our little, our colours. Those colours all look pretty good to me. All right. Just wipe off our decorative masks. Now, as I said, this little sticky mat, actually it doesn't move. That's one of the best things that I have bought in years. other than my Stamparatus, which Stampin' Up doesn't make anymore. But anyway, and you just wipe it off, and you store. There's a piece of plastic you store over it. Fabulous. All right, let me move the these out of the way. Now, as I said, we're using the Abundant Beauty Decorative Masks from the mini catalogue. Okay. All right. Let's grab out our die cutting machine. Ugh, it's a little bit heavy. All right. And we're using, so I've seen something similar done with the 3D Basics folder, that one that looks like linen sort of look, right? I want to try it with this one here, the distressed tile one. Okay. All right. This is on your list. I'm glad it's on your list. I tried to do a little poll at the beginning. I don't know if that worked. It was just experimenting. So if it came up and you answered it, that's great. If it didn't, well then that's okay too. All right, so to use this embossing folder, we need our base plate. We need, all right, let's just talk about it. So we're going to create our sandwich. So we have got a base plate. We have got a number 3 and a number 3. Okay, so we put one number 3 down. I'll just move this over here a bit so you can see. So we got a number 1, a number 3, our embossing folder. So let's hope this works the way that I want it to. So this is distressed tile. So this is brand new. And it might not work, and this is okay. This is what Tuesday nights are for, is for playing. Then we've got our top plate, okay? And we're gonna move those things out of the way so I can turn the handle. Oh, it might be, is it a 3D one? It is. So I have messed it up. Because it's a 3D one, you need a base plate and you need a number 4 plate. You need one less plate because it's a thicker one. Right. Alright, that went through a bit better, didn't it? So you don't force your stuff through the machine. So has everybody got their fingers crossed? Ooh, that's a bit different. I don't know. I'll just move this out the way. Now, a couple of little things I want to do with this. I've got plenty of ink on the end of my brush. So I want to make it go around the edges and make it look a bit like it's old. Okay. So that's quite interesting. It's got a nice, interesting pattern. So I don't know. It's an experiment, isn't it? So I'm just going to put it together. I've also got a piece for the inside. Well, I did have a piece for the inside. I'm not going to do any stamping on it. I'm just going to make it, the edges look like they're worn. Now, we want to, before I stick it together, I grab my scissors and I'm going to distress the edges. And I'm sorry about the noise that it makes, but I want it to be rustic looking. And if it tears a little bit, that's okay. Okay. If you've got fingernails, you can use your fingernails to rough up the edges. Just rough them up nicely. Okay, so this gives it a nice rustic look. Now, we probably could have just put it straight on the way it was before, right? Let's stick a piece of white on the inside. Now, normally when I use early espresso, I don't use white with it. Normally, I would use very vanilla. No, I'm not wrecking it, Glenda. Trust me. Oh, yes, you can use the new wheel to make it more rustic. That's a good idea. On you take the picture, yes. All right. It's all right, Glenda. I'm not wrecking it. Trust me. I want it to be rustic. And it's all good. See? See, everybody has different tastes. I really like stuff that is vintage and a bit shabby, and just a bit more glue around here. So for me, it's not wrecking it if I just stress it, okay? So I think it doesn't look too bad. No, I can say Glenda doesn't like just stressing. We worked that bit out tonight. Sorry, Glenda. Right. I do want to put a bit of ribbon on it. My intent was to put a bit of ribbon around it, but it's all right. So let's do it in a different way. So we're going to find a sentiment. And I think this is a nice one to put "Life is Better with You" on it. Not from you either, Glenda. Oh, both Glendas don't like it. Oh, well, I'm sorry, ladies. I will try not to do just stressing stuff next time. You don't like that? Well, I must say that was a no. That was a no about the ribbon. Yes. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. I'm just grabbing my block. Some of my blocks have gone walkabout. So I think, because I've got 2 boxes of blocks, and I think what I do is sometimes one box is supposed to live upstairs and one is down, and I think that some of them get taken downstairs. Right. You like it? I'm glad, Megan. I'm glad somebody likes it. So I don't know what sentiment I picked then. I think I picked "Life is Better with You." Oh, I hope you can't see my head, sorry. Sorry if you can. I don't even know if I brushed my hair today. It's one of those days. But I know that when I have finished here, I'm looking forward to a lovely shower. Lovely hot shower. And a nice cup of tea. because I have to be up for a call at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. So the call starts at 4. I'm going to trim a little bit more off that, and I am going to make it get closer. So yeah, I don't like Wednesday mornings because if I have to do a call at 4 a.m, so I got one call at 4 and one at 5, and it makes it a really long day. Now let's just trim this end off a bit. Sorry. So yes, so we'll be up at the same time basically, Jodie, because I'll be up at 3:30 to get my cup of tea, and yeah, but it's worth every second of it because I get to connect with people from another country, and yeah. And it's a nice way to start your day, actually, to talking to people who are finishing their day. All right, I think we need to trim a bit of this off because it's too wide. So I'll just grab my trimmer. And just trim that there. And turn it around the other way and trim it there. Right, so we've got some, let's get our little light pink blending brush and make it a light pink colour, just so it stands out a little bit. All right. My watch is telling me it needs to be charged. Right. I'll do light pink. I'm also going to get my brown and go around the edge in the brown as well, just to give it that little bit more rustic looking. Are you going to have a natty nap at the hotel? That's a good idea, Jodie. I need a bit more brown on there. Now, these two cards will have totally different looks using the same, well, they're using different inks, but the same sort of idea. So, oops, a bit heavy-handed there. Fabulous. All right, so I am going to put this down the bottom, and I do want some ribbon, but I'm not going to have it the way I intended. I'll grab my, grab some tear and tape, because my seal is empty now. Let's grab a bit of tear and tape and pop that along the bottom. What show are you seeing, Jodie, on your holiday? It's funny, I don't know about you, Vicky, but I don't think Las Vegas was a holiday. I was exhausted when I came home. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of this and oh, Tina the musical, that would be lovely. And first up, I'm just going to it's not doing what I want it to. Let's start by to put a little bit like that, right? Actually, I'm going to move it up a bit. Then I'm going to grab my tearing tape again. Right. So I love cards that I have to do lots of sponging and distressing on. They make my heart happy because I find the whole blending, brushing and sponging and distressing really relaxing. Other people prefer not to do that. And I just think that for me, like that whole making it look vintage and is just a bit of fun. Now I'm just going to fold this down so it's got sort of like a ruffle underneath. In my head it worked out better than what it's doing, so it's all right. We're winging it, and we all know that that's my specialty, is winging it. Right. What if I went with plan A and just opened that ribbon out a bit? Oh, let's do it like that. That's better. Let's put that down here. That's much better. All right. We're not going to put it up on dimensionals because I think that's better. Yeah. At the moment I'm having, oh, that'll be good when it comes to Brisbane, Vicky. Are we going? I don't know. I haven't bought tickets yet, but I would like to go. We're going to use some brushed butterflies on this because they're pretty. So we're going to use 3 brushed butterflies. So you just change it up with a bit of bling. This one over here. I think that one will go there. And maybe a little one. Yes, I think I'll put the little one just up here. Okay, so we do need some other bling. We're going to use those rustic dots again. Actually, we're going to use the brushed metallic adhesive dots. So I love being spoilt for choice and having all these different things. Actually, no, we're not. Go back to plan A, which was the rustic dots. I put them somewhere. Ooh. What about these? Oh no. Having a big folder with lots of bling in it is like being a kid in a candy store. You just never know what you're going to use. Oh, I'm going to use the little ones because they will suit that better. Oops. Oh, that doesn't look like a little one. It's running away. It looks like a big one as well. Let's get a little one. There we go. Finally got it. Okay. This one's going to go over here. All right. So that was our second card. So we've been through a lot tonight. We've talked about the cards that I did at Kevin Thiessen and Scott's class. I'm sorry, Scott. I can never pronounce your surname. But he knows that I love him anyway. We have drawn the winner of the Facebook live replay, which was Ray. And Glenda, yours is in your Happy Mail is on its way. You won the in-person one, you know, the live one. So here we go. So we've got two completely different cards using these new, you don't have these yet. Oh, how do you know how to use them if you don't have them? All right. Hi, Carol. Thanks for popping by. We're just finishing up. I'll see you tomorrow at Coffee, Cake and Cards. All right. So, yeah, so this one is a nice, clean and simple note card that goes with its little envelope. Really pretty. Yeah, if you wanted to, you could leave that ribbon off. Okay. Yeah, have you got them, Vicky? And then this one is our vintage version. I don't know. I'm going to try this one again with the other masks, the other embossing folder, and see if I like that better. I do like the textures on this. I think it's really interesting, and because I'm a touchy-feely person, so I love when you get a card and you can feel that texture, whereas this one I go, oh, well, that's a nice card, but there's no texture for me, so I'm like, oh, I like this because it's got texture. Okay. Oh, Megan, you spend all day on YouTube watching people. Oh, that's funny. Thank you, Glenda. So, Glenda L, did I ruin it or not? Are you happy with that now? I think that it's much better than it was. I think, yeah, sometimes you've got to trust the process. And currently we're doing a challenge, and every 5 minutes we hear trust the process. So sometimes when you're card making, you've just got to trust your process. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad that you forgive me for distressing, and that you do like it. And like, I will sit here and I will worry those little edges. Ooh, yes, please send me a picture of the pink sunflowers. When we had the old Celebrate Sunflowers or set, I did a lot of Bermuda Bay ones. They were really nice. So I'm interested to see some blue ones. I'll keep that in mind, Megan. But yeah, so that's our two things tonight. Now, Vicky and I will be opening ticket sales for our retreat on the 1st of October. If you came to the last retreat, you will get an invitation and your special price before that. And we'll tell you the price on the day that it opens, because there's an early bird price and sad that you didn't get an early price. So keep an eye out for that, the 1st of October. Coffee, cake and cards tomorrow by people who come to classes. Here there's a card class on the last Saturday of the month. It's a card buffet class, so you get to make 4 cards. If you want to make more, you can. You just pay for the extra cards that you make. There will be a plethora of cards to choose from, but you need to let me know that you're coming, and it's a bargain price this time. It's under $30, so yeah. And I will be sending out a newsletter next week, before the weekend, and it will have everything, all the events that are coming up between now and the end of the year. So we've got some new midweek classes coming up, and also we've got mystery stamping on the 1st of October. Not 1st of October, first Saturday in October. So lots of things happening. So I'm really excited about this. I've got some plans, and we're just finishing a classes website. Still don't have my computer back, so Steve and I are sharing a computer at the moment, which isn't ideal, because he has to use it during the day when I'm trying to work. So anyway, you're coming in October, but now you'll be here for November, so that's great, Glenda. So glad you are going to have a good time. I know you always have a good time, and but yeah, we'll be happy to have you there. All right, that's it from me. Have a really great rest of the week, a really great night, and see some of you at Coffee, Cake and Cards tomorrow. Until next time, happy creating. Bye for now.